Now, I am very, very interested in really the art of the possible in both our art and our life. And that's what we're about here when we talk about the adjacent possible. And we pull from foundational concepts that are in nature and biology and science and mathematics and creativity and psychology. And it's so exciting. And I think one of the things we want to do, like Maggie said, is work from the inside out, not the outside in. So we work with these big concepts and observations and creative impulses, you know, and we continually stay connected to the inner landscape. That's the most important thing. It affects everything. And our paintings are a mirror of our lives, and they're continually evolving. Okay. And a big piece for me is really helping artists cultivate a sense of allowing. And from that allowing, you allow yourself to go into the scary places, go into the places you feel allergic to. Believe me, I've had plenty of those, like structure, grids. You know, I know for Lorraine, it was green, the color green, whatever it is, right? Is to also go into those areas that scare you. Because ultimately, you know, we're on this journey. It's the hero's journey. It's the heroine's journey. It's the artist's journey. We're continually dealing with ourselves. We're called to something. We might be called to being artists. We might be called to a new painting. And maybe each painting is calling us. So we're called, and at first we might refuse because we're scared, or, you know, there's resistance. But eventually it keeps calling us, so we say yes. And then, of course, there's perils. You know this in your life. You know this in your paintings. Perils show up, and it's like you're wrestling down this painting, or, you know, you're doubting yourself, you're procrastinating, whatever, you know, but the guides show up, and the guides could be the teacher, could be mentors, it could be other artists, can be yourself. And I believe the guides too are the foundational principles that help us. Okay. And then we're going along, and then, you know, there's the dark night of the soul, right? Where we again grapple down with that painting. And that to me is the place where is the possibility of the transformation. And that place that you have to do yourself. The guide can't do it for you. Just like in Dante's Inferno 7 centuries ago, the great Roman poet Virgil could only take Dante so far. He couldn't do it for him. And so that's the facing of yourself. We see this in all great literature, great films, right? And, you know, Star Wars, all that, right? And it's like you got to go in and finally trust yourself enough to go ahead anyway. And even if it's just a little bit, that transformation to me is that trusting and allowing. And so you learn something every time, you know, every moment in the paintings and life. Okay. And then you return back to your life, and you're going along, and then you're called again. And here we are again. And so I see this as the spiral. We're continually, as creators, as artists, as people, we're continually spiraling and learning and evolving. And see, art mirrors all of this. And so that's what we want to do, is we want to go deeper. We want to get to that deepest, most elusive art that we yearn to get to, our most meaningful art. And that art comes from the inside. So that's really what I'm about here. And that's what I'm hearing too, is you all on the panel, fabulous artists, are reflecting your experiences and what's been most meaningful to you. And so I'm sure there are other things too. This is what's top of mind, just like right here for me, this is what's top of mind. There's so many things that we go into in here. But in the end, it really is about trusting yourself. And that's what I'm about. And helping people to believe in themselves and live their most meaningful life.